Welcome, guys, to the second part of my analytics series, the series where I'm building an analytics system from data ingestion to insights. So, in this part, we are in the part two, where I'll be walking you through the data ingestion step and be showing you my environment setup. So, this is my system setup. I have a 16 gig RAM and an AMD Ryzen 5 Pro, which is very important in building this project. The 16 gig RAM is very needed when building on your local PC and a good CPU. Now, these are the tools I'll be using: Airbyte, the open source version, DBT Fusion, BigQuery, Postgres, Local Studio, Airflow, and I have Windows Subsystem for Linux installed and Docker Desktop installed. I'm using GitHub and ChatGPT. So the origin of my data is from BigQuery. They are public dataset marketplace, which is the NYC TLC trips dataset. If we go over to BigQuery, so here is the dataset NYC TLC trips. So it's a very huge record of taxi trips from in New York City. The The particular dataset I'm using is TLC Green Trips 2014, TLC Green Trips 2015, and TLC Green Trips 2013, which is not here, but I've extracted the data from here and imported it into Postgres. So I'm using Postgres as my source and not the public dataset. The public dataset is imported into Postgres. So I'm using Postgres as my source of the system where my dataset is coming from, and it will be ingested from Postgres into BigQuery using Airbyte. If we go over to my Postgres database, you can see I have the data imported here into my Postgres database. 2013, 2014, and 2015. So if you're wondering why it's in the public dataset and in here, for this project, I'm using my Postgres database as the source of origin and not from BigQuery's public dataset. Now let's take a look at the Airbyte setup itself. So this is my Airbyte environment, and as you can see, I have one connection here which takes data from Postgres to BigQuery. The source is Postgres and the destination is BigQuery. So if we check over here, we can see our sources. This is our source, Postgres, one connection, and then our destination is BigQuery. So if it creates a connection in Airbytes, all you do is create a source and then create a destination. Then you connect the two endpoints together, which will make your connection. So if we go into the connection, you can see here that I loaded a million rows from Postgres to BigQuery. Now I loaded only TLC trips 2013 for the purpose of building the entire system out first, and then when I've built out everything, then I'll now orchestrate everything to include 2014 and 2015. You can see here that I've changed the schedule type to manual. So before it was on automatic, means it will keep on running over and over again, which is why I had that error. If we head over to schema, you can see I have only TLC trips 2013, and if I want to include the other ones, I can easily select them here from my Postgres database to also be loaded into my BigQuery warehouse. The sync mode is incremental and append, meaning that from where it stopped the last time, it will continue instead of a full refresh. So full refresh will run through the entire process over again, while incremental will start from where the last process stopped. And now let's head over to the BigQuery warehouse. So if we check the data sets, this is where the raw layer is. So this is where the raw data sets with no transformation is stored. So if we check the details, you can see it has the 1 million rows ingested into here, which is about 600 MB. And then the BigQuery compressed it to about 47 MB. So guys, that is a brief walkthrough of the ingestion process. It's a very short and straightforward process to append incrementally, and it will be run on a schedule when everything is completed. So in the next video, which is the part 3, I'll be walking you through the data transformation and modeling step using DBT. So guys, please stay tuned to the channel and subscribe. Thank you very much.